Yeah, that fly needed to fly right in my face at that moment. I was like the Cars video where he goes cross-eyed, or she goes cross-eyed.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it felt like.
Yeah.
Oh boy. All right, here we
You
go.
want to talk about Cars videos now? I don't really like the Cars.
Wait.
I don't know.
Is it just him you don't like?
You think I'm crazy?
What's his name? Rick Ocasek.
Yeah, he's dead.
Oh,
sorry.
God rest his soul. I know, but he was a little strange, but the music was good.
I don't like them. That video used to drive me nuts. The video with the fly you were just talking about. Oh, totally. Hated it. I don't know why. They did it. They had a couple good songs.
Magic.
Yeah, but
Oh, come on. That's like my favorite.
I know. My favorite song by the Cars is not sung by him. It's sung by, I think, the bass player.
Oh, what is it?
Gonna drive you home
Okay.
tonight. Yeah. It's a little sappy, but as far as car songs, that's the one I like.
How about that?
I'm drinking a caramel or caramel chocolate martini,
Yep.
and we're about to talk about a movie we watched.
Talk about
So
pop music. No.
Here's the thing. This kind of works out right because we're talking about old retro MTV videos, and we watched an older movie.
We did.
We did. I believe it came out in 1990 or 91. I want to say 90. I'm not really sure, but
I think.
get to talk like Arnold again because we finally watched Total Recall.
Yes.
You've never seen it before. No. Okay, so I'm going to let you try to describe to the audience what Total Recall is actually about. I'll just drink.
Really? You want me to describe it? Like what it is? I'd rather listen to you slurp. So what I got out of it,
Yeah.
because then I wasn't sure if I really knew what it was about. Was he some kind of secret agent on Mars or not?
I don't know. Maybe he was. Maybe he just
It was
needed
interesting
air.
because
Okay.
there is that question up in the air.
Yeah.
Was it all in his head? Was it something manipulated? Did it really happen? So that was kind of interesting, but I don't like that they don't tell you. I have to know.
Yeah, they
I need conclusion.
there's a lot, and I haven't watched that movie in a long time. And this is the first time you watched it. But we've had discussions for months about that movie. Because I used to do, because I do the Arnold voice now, and everyone seems to love it. But
Do they though?
I don't know. A couple of our fans always write, they're like, yeah, they love that. They're like, yes, he does the Arnold voice. And he's just like, oh my God, Cohagen, they need air. So, all right, here's the plot of Total Recall from what I remember. Arnold's name is Quaid. He finds out he's not Quaid, he's actually Hauser. He's a construction worker who dreams of going to Mars for some reason. So he goes to this. It's in the future, of course, a future world. It's based on a story by Philip K. Dick, one of my favorite authors, called "We Will Remember It for You Wholesale," which is not a very good title. So that's why they probably call it Total Recall.
Makes sense. Though.
Yeah. So he goes to this. He always dreams about Mars. So
For you Fallout 4 geeks, it's the memory den.
oh. Yeah, they stole that shit from
I'm sure they did, but that's the best way to describe it.
All right, so he wants to go to Mars. It's kind of like how we love Las Vegas.
Mars.
He wants to go to Mars, but he's like a construction worker living his normal life. So he goes to this company that will implant memories in his head of his trip to Mars. So they sell him on a trip to Mars as a secret agent. And then they discover he was actually a secret agent.
Right.
And
Because
then
they never actually did the thing that makes him think that he's the guy.
Right, or so they say. But you don't know. Like
I believed them when they said they didn't implant the thing yet.
Right, but is that in his head or not?
Oh, I don't know.
Right, because, okay, if you go back and you understand anything about the author Philip K. Dick, he always meshed with reality like that. Any kind of movie he did, it was always like, what is real?
Yeah, that messes with my head. I'm simple.
And he wrote this like back in the 60s. Well, he was on a lot of drugs. He also thought the FBI was after him.
Maybe they were. Or were they?
Yeah, exactly. So he freaks out. Arnold freaks out And then some people start chasing him, trying to kill him and stuff. It's a very bloody, gory movie because the same guy who made Starship Troopers and Showgirls, Paul Verhoeven, and RoboCop, made this movie. So it's over-the-top violent.
And you trying to say Showgirls was over the top violent?
No, but I just like to mention he didn't make Showgirls for whatever. Well, there is that part in Showgirls where she gets the crap beat out of her. And when it gets real dark, real quick. All right, let's not talk about Showgirls. We can watch Showgirls and we can review it if you want on the channel.
We'll do that one of these days.
So yeah, he goes to Mars, and the whole thing is Mars. There's on Mars they're fighting because the guy who runs Mars sells air to them, basically because there's no air on Mars. So yeah, there's a rebellion going on and nonsense like that. So he joins up the rebellion and he finds out that there's like an alien device inside, I think, Mount Olympus maybe, that if it's activated, it will give air to Mars. So there's this whole political kind of fight going on there. I still enjoyed it. It wasn't as good as I remember it, I'll say that.
Oh, what? The three-boobed woman didn't do it for you this time?
No!
Didn't do it for you?
But that's kind of why we watched it, because I mentioned it to her like months ago, and she's like, I don't know what you're talking about, so I'm like, okay, we have to watch it. So we watched it, and it was coming up to the part, I'm like, here it comes, here it comes, here it comes, here it comes.
And I was like, yeah, three boobs.
And she shows them like 4 or 5 times.
But they're ridiculously fake.
Of course they are.
I mean, obviously.
Number 1 is the early 90s. Number 2, it's prosthetic. So there's one in the center.
I'm just glad that that's not a trend that we've gotten towards wanting extra boobs.
Not yet. No, I'm sure there's somebody somewhere that got an extra boob attached.
On purpose?
Hey. Different strokes make the world go around, baby.
Okay, well, I won't be doing that.
No. There's a lot of really good actors in that movie too. Sharon Stone's in it.
Yeah.
Arnold, of course. One of my favorite 80s villains, Michael Ironside, who was he's amazing. He's the main creep guy. He's hunting them down.
Yeah. He looked
Richter,
old and mean. And
yeah, he's even older now.
Creepy.
He was again another guy in Starship Troopers. Mm-hmm. He was also in V, which someday we're gonna sit down and watch V. V was amazing. At least the first miniseries. Anyway, he was in that. There was also the guy from Breaking Bad that plays Walt's brother-in-law.
Brother-in-law, yeah.
That's it. The cop.
I'm out. Yep.
A
long
Dean
time
something.
ago.
I cannot remember his name. But anyway, whatever. He's in that too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of good actors. And it is it screws with your mind a little bit. If you watch it close enough, you could watch it as an action movie. That'll be fine.
Yes.
But if you pay attention, there's a lot, and I caught a lot of things this time around. There's a lot of things that you can see, little things that they plant in there that you're thinking, okay, this is real. Oh, no, it's not real. It's all in his brain. It's not all in his brain.
That's the difference between the two of us, because I would have just watched it. Okay, it's a crazy action movie. He's going to Mars. He's a secret agent, whatever.
He's going to Mars, yeah.
But this one has to point out, is that really happening?
Yeah.
Did you catch that? Did that really happen? I'm like, I don't know. Now it's all messed up for me because I'm just straightforward. Watching things with this guy, he analyzes everything. Not a bad thing, dear. But this simple brain, it was a good action movie, and that's all I'm gonna think about that.
One of my teachers, instructors, professors, whatever you want to call them, when I first went to college, said, it was Intro to Broadcasting 101. He said, you will never watch television the same again.
I believe he was right, but did he warn you that your wife will never watch TV the same way again?
No, he probably thought I would never get married or amount to anything, I'm sure. I was kind of a jerk.
Wow, joke's on him then.
Yeah,
look at you.
Look at me, yeah. I don't even know how to contact this man right now, but I did thank a lot of my professors and teachers who've guided me throughout life the other day. because it's like, I don't know, like teacher week or teacher month or something like that. It's a month, week, whatever, I don't know.
I know it was week.
Is it a week? Okay.
I don't know if it's still this week, but you know what? We'll just go with month.
I
deserve a month.
Yeah, you know, and I was a jerk back then.
No. I can't imagine you
yeah,
were a jerk back
yeah.
in the 90s and some certain girl down the street didn't want anything to do with you.
It was the late 90s when I went back to school for TV, but glad I did. But yeah, he said, his name was John Monick, and he said, you'll never watch TV again the same way.
Well, he wasn't wrong.
And he wasn't wrong. And he really wasn't wrong. And a couple other instructors told me the same thing. You know, as I'm going through, you know, and kind of getting jobs in the television field, you learn more about, you know, how the sausage is made, basically, you know, and the little things and the continuity and stuff like that.
And I'm not the kind of girl that likes to see behind the scenes. The magic is real. I don't want to know how it's done. My friend and magician, Doug, will attest to that. I don't want to know. Just show me what I need to know. I don't want to know the magic behind it. And you know all the magic behind it.
I know some of it. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know how they do that. You know, and that's when I get impressed. When I don't know how something is done, I'm like, oh boy, that's impressive. So that's what we watched last week. We sat down. We had I had a Saturday off. I wasn't performing anywhere, and I was like, we're gonna watch a movie. And then there it was. I was like, Total Recall. Now they remade that movie about 10 years ago. At least it's kind of the same.
I'm not a fan of that.
Either am I. This one, the Total Recall, I think they remade it. I want to say it was in 2010, but I could be wrong. With Colin Farrell. But if they didn't call it Total Recall and they changed a couple more things about it, it'd probably be a pretty decent action sci-fi movie.
Because you're not expecting it to be Total Recall.
Right. Because the whole plot, like they don't even go to Mars in this one. The whole plot's kind of different. It starts off with the recall thing, but then it goes a totally different way. So if they were smart, they would have named it something else. It probably would have done better, and people wouldn't.
And I think that's what they should do when they're remaking a movie but completely changing it.
Yeah.
Call it something else. People won't have certain expectations. They go in with an open mind. They like the movie, not us.
But the problem is, the Hollywood machine doesn't want to risk that. They know, okay, Total Recall, people know that name. You know, so there you go.
Yeah, well, most of us don't trust those people.
No, not anymore, man. Look what they're doing at Disney. All right, but hey, before we go, what is your final verdict on the movie? First of all, give it a 1 through 10. What do you think?
6.5.
6.5. And was it real or was it a dream?
Oh, I think it was real.
Okay. Yeah, it was real. I'm gonna give it.
I think it was real.
I'll give it. It was real. It was real. There were some things that he hallucinated, but after he killed the guy in the hotel room because the guy was sweating.
Yes.
Like, okay.
They were really. Yes. That's what I thought too.
And that's what in the movie world. That's how he found out. Okay, this is real. I have to kill this guy because he's gonna kill me. You didn't notice. I didn't even tell you this.
What?
That guy is the voice, though, of Recall on the commercials. When he's like on the subway, anytime you hear, I'm pretty sure anytime you hear a commercial for the Recall company, it's that guy who shows up in the hotel room. There's a lot of little things like that. So
that doesn't change anything for me.
No, but
nothing.
I'm just saying,
because I'd have to think a lot deeper, and my brain hurts. I won't do that.
It's a good movie though to watch. You want to pick out those little things, but yeah, not as good as it was back when I thought three-breasted women were amazing. I guess I don't know.
Well, I mean that was before you started dating me. So.
That's true.
Three-breasted women. Hang on in there, honey. They're coming at some point in the future.
All right. We got some food to eat. We're done.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Bye.